All right, this is James Pelton, and I am here with Patricio and Lou, and we're going to talk about some Bitcoin mining. I'm really excited to see what's going on and how, this is different. This is kind of a theme that we've been seeing is there's been so much in DeFi that's just been garbage, right? And it's just been losing money here, losing money there. So when we find kind of something that is working, that is actually making money, then there's different people getting involved in it. So love to hear kind of and talk through what's kind of sets you apart, what's a little different about what you guys are doing. So really excited to talk about that. If you guys wouldn't mind starting but with just quick introduction. So Lou, we've had you on the channel before, but you want to do a quick introduction and why you are here, and then we'll go over to Patricio.
Sure. So my name's Lou. I run a project called Truth Seekers. We've been around since December, January. The reason why I came on is because we're a substantial partner into Famco. We're going to be investing heavily in their operation. We're also they're going to be hosting our miners on their operation. So, we're just kind of working closely together. And that's kind of why I'm here. Patricio's, he's really our man on the ground in Argentina, kind of actually are physically maintaining the space. So he'll kind of tell you a little bit about, what he does. And he's been in Argentina for a long time. He's a successful entrepreneur. So
awesome. Love it. Patricio, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. Hey, how are you guys? My name is Patricio. I'm founder of Famco. Well, we're really excited with this project because it's something like Lou just said, we've been wanting to do this for a while, and well, we just bumped our heads together and got it going, and that's about it. And I'm really excited because this project is going to be big. It's going to be nice. It's real. And like we were saying, the biggest reason we're doing this is like electricity costs.
Okay.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, very good. No, I like that. It's real. That's what we need in this space. It seems silly that we have to say that, but we do in this space because there's so much that's not real. Can I ask, how did you guys get connected? How did you guys get in touch with each other?
I've known Patricio around for a while. It's just from his businesses that have been around in Argentina, and we kind of known of each other for a while. And he knew, like I was saying, Truth Seekers is looking for a mining operation for a while. So like getting back to what you were saying, we've been hyper nervous about investing in the space too, because a lot of things have been really rough right now. So we were looking at something that would be around for the long haul. So we wanted to mine. But the problem was nothing made any sense anywhere we found it. So in the United States, I think the cheapest mining operation with hosting fees was somewhere around 9 to 15 cents per kilowatt hour, it just really didn't make any sense to engage. I mean, we would barely break even after buying the miners. So it's just not a fruitful endeavor. But then I knew Patricio was in Argentina, and we kind of just put our heads together. He had wanted to have a mining operation, and Argentina just kind of made sense because he has had several businesses in Argentina, and he's kind of our access point to Argentina because they're very strict. You can't just start a business there. You have to have a license. You have to have an import license. You have to be sponsored by another business. You can't even get a rental property without owning a piece of property there. But it's, that's kind of, he made it make sense for us. So we just kind of came together and, put this operation together, and that's how it started,
Okay. Love it. Patricio, are you a Lionel Messi fan?
Of course.
Okay. Just had to check with that. I was going to say Messi or Ronaldo, but that would be a silly question.
No. That's not even a question no more. That's out. That's out of the question.
Awesome. Well, this sounds great. Can I ask, what electricity cost are you getting down there?
Well, right now at Argentinian pesos, it's like 13 pesos, right? But if you put that with a exchange rate of almost 500 to 1, we're talking about a 2.8 cents. That's household. That's not commercial. Commercial could go down to around 9 cents, and we're talking about 2 cents, 1.82 cents per kilowatt. You can't beat that.
That is crazy. That is crazy. We dream of those prices. I'm about the cheapest in the US, and I get 9 cents a kilowatt hour. That's about the cheapest residential you'll find here. So that's amazing. Can I ask, so I was going to ask, well, what makes you different? We've seen a lot of these Bitcoin mining projects spin up. We have, fraction mining, alpha shares, Kadena. There's all sorts of them. I was going to ask what makes you different, but would you say kind of the main thing is going to be the electricity cost? Is that kind of the main differentiator?
Yep. Basically, I mean that separates us from the rest, because you can't beat that. You can't beat that. And like Lou was saying before, I got the connections. I'm an Argentine citizen. I have residents. I have properties over there, so it makes the whole business much easier. I have a tax ID, a local tax ID number, so just have to get it started.
Yeah,
okay.
they actually take biometrics in Argentina. Like when you register for an SRL or SA, which is like their equivalent to LLC, you actually have to physically leave biometrics, because they don't want people just creating companies and companies and companies. Like they actually like track your biometrics to the business, which is kind of like Minority Report a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But that's what I'm saying. It's difficult,
It's a way to control it. It's a way to control it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you going to be doing just Bitcoin, or are you planning on doing other, Litecoin, Kadena, or Bitcoin only?
Just Bitcoin right now. Yeah, that's the main thing is Bitcoin. I mean, the miner that we are purchasing is the Antminer S19J Pro Plus 122 terahash. It's the newest Antminer. So it's like really, when it comes to equipment, you want to get the most recent updated equipment you can get. You don't want to pick a miner that's been in service for a while, because these do have a shelf life. And we actually had our suppliers, a company called Wadham, which is one of the biggest, Antminer suppliers in the world. They service all over the world, in Asia, Russia, United States, everywhere. And Igor is actually one of a C-level guy there. He actually came on Jonathan's show with us and just kind of explaining exactly why these miners are they're so reliable, because they're learning of the mistakes from the previous miner. So and the price we got was just like phenomenal. I mean, we're ordering a lot, so it makes sense that we get a good price,
right?
I mean, we're talking about a $2,400 miner for $1,600. So
wow. Great deal.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing the hydro cooling ones, or just the normal fan cooling?
Fan.
Yeah, just air cooled,
Okay.
and it's basically coming from a filtered clean aisle into a center hot aisle, and basically then pushed by 80,000 CFM fans right out through the roof. And it's going to have just air exhaust. I mean, a lot of people think that hydro cooling is the way, but these things are meant to run on air. Like they're meant to run. If you go to like some of the biggest farms in the world that have thousands and thousands of megawatts, they're running on air. They don't hydro cool. They run on air. It just has
electricity and water don't get along. That's the way I think.
Yeah, well, and when you do hydro, there's so much more that can go wrong potentially.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay, next question that I had. What would you kind of consider to be the risks in this project? Like I don't know anything about Argentina or the government there, but I think when Americans hear, we're going to Argentina to get cheaper electricity, they start to think, oh, there's probably going to be government problems or some kind of problems. What would you kind of consider the risks?
Well, a risk right now is that it's very low. I mean, it's very, very low risk, because like we told you before, going to the same subject. I'm a local over there, so it's not like you're just going to you go flash American dollars out there and you speak English and that's it. It's not like that. You're not going to be able to do nothing. But the thing is, a real good friend of mine, long life friend of mine, he's an import-export business. He's the one that's going to take the machines over there. So he's been in this for like over 20, 30 years. So he has connections in customs, everything. So, and everything's going to be done legit. We're not going to go bypass nothing, because this is real. We want it for the future. We want to keep on hosting. So it's going to be legit, 100% legit.
You have to be compliant. If you cut corners, they will shut you down. Now, in Buenos Aires, it's actually a protected practice. You can Bitcoin mine. It's fully legal. There is a 4% top level tax on anything that's mined. So if you run any kind of miner in Argentina, you have to pay a 4% tax on everything you yield. So, considering the, energy volume consumption, which is going to be, we're talking about an electrical bill that's probably over $40,000 to $50,000 per month. And you take that in consideration and the fact that they're paying tax, this is kind of like rolling out the red carpet for us. They need that economic stimulation, I think. So
Right.
I don't legislatively, as far as the government is concerned, we don't really see a lot of risk because they just rolled this
4%.
tax.
It's not 4%.
Yeah, they just rolled that mining program out in Buenos Aires. So but you have to be compliant. You can't just ship machines in. You can't just ship multi-million-dollar order of machines. You have to, and Patricia will tell you about this a little bit later. You have to send the machine to this scientific institute, and then they rip it apart.
It's called INTA. In Spanish, it's called INTA.
Right. And then they rip it apart, they inspect it, and then they give you the green light. And then you can bring that machine in. You can't bring other machines in. And every time you do it, you have to have it inspected and approved by customs.
Wow. Okay. So it's quite the process. But, in some ways, people think that Bitcoin mining in the US is safe, but I don't think so. I mean, the government's coming after crypto harder here than anywhere else. And so in a lot of ways, it's probably safer being somewhere like Argentina than here in the States even. So I like that.
They want your money. The government wants your money.
Yep, absolutely. That's a universal truth. The government wants your money.
And as long as like I said to a lot of people, so when it gets regulated and they put like a little taxes here and there, it's not bad. On the contrary, it's good because you have more. You're backed up even more with that. With them little taxes, like 4%, 3%, it's all good.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you guys planning what we're seeing with a lot of these other Bitcoin mining companies is they're doing kind of their own miners, but then they're also opening it up for hosting for other people's miners to take advantage of, that super cheap electricity. Are you guys planning on doing anything like that, or you're starting just your own miners?
Yeah, we're gonna host. So if you pick up a platinum NFT, you have up to 5 allocations to purchase your own miners. If you purchase up to 20 platinum NFTs, that would give you 100 allocations, but then you'll get the bonus diamond NFT that gives you an additional 100 allocations. So not only are you getting your portion of the reward pool from your NFT, you're also able to advance your position by continuing to buy miners. And this is really attractive for other projects that want to mine. We were just talking to another project yesterday who's been looking for a mining opportunity just like Truth Seekers is. And what they want to do is they want to come in and pick up a few diamond NFTs, and then they're going to run a raise behind their mining operation. And they're going to host at FAMCO. And Truth Seekers is going to do the same exact thing. We're coming in $500,000. So we're going to have an allocation with at least 600 of our own miners. And what we'll do is, we'll maybe raise money behind the mining operation, and we'll have our hosting our own miners. But that's not right away. So you have really 2 ways to win. You're getting the rewards, and you're getting the opportunity to mine with your own equipment.
That probably comes in after everyone gets ROI. That's when the hosting will start.
Right. That's when things will start. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing is FAMCO is not taking a service fee at all until everyone is ROI'd. So basically, they're giving away 100% of the rewards. So Patricia is giving all the rewards out. So basically, you go to any mining operation. I won't name names, but the service fee is day one. Okay, they're day one. They're not going to wait to take their service fee. But FAMCO is not going to make a dime until original minters have ROI. So they're it's forecasted that the ROI will probably be between 6 and 6.5 months. Then after that, once original minters have ROI, then they will implement their service fee, which is around 20 to 25%. I don't think Patricia has to let me know. We're not sure yet, but they're not making anything until everyone's ROI, which was like amazing for us, because we want to ROI our investment as soon as possible, which is great.
Okay. Awesome. Love it. What is the website? I guess I haven't even checked. I didn't even get a link to the website, but let me check that out.
Yep. I'll send it to you. It's First Argentine Mining Co. It's firstargentinemining.co. I'll drop it right here in our chat.
It's a good domain name. I like it.
I know. It's awesome. I'm glad we got it. I just put it to you. Just send it to you on Discord.
In Discord. Okay. Let me check that out real quick. Okay. So then can you, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, Lou, but maybe can you talk through exactly what the offering is? First off, when mint starts, which we talked a little bit about, how much the NFTs will be, what exactly you get from that, and just kind of talk through the offering a little bit?
Yeah. So the mint is going to be May 3rd, this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay. So if you go down, there's 4 possible NFTs. Okay. Those are them right there. They all pay out in equal increments. So you have the bronze NFT, that's $500. Silver is $1,000. Gold is $2,000. Platinum is $5,000. They all pay out in equal increments. So if you get a bronze NFT, you get 1 reward allocation. If you get a silver, you get 2 allocations. Gold, you get 4. Platinum, you get 10. So they all pay out equally. But what's great about the platinum NFT is the fact that you can then host your own mining operation down the road. You can purchase your own, and you're purchasing the miners at the FAMCO rate. You're not going to have to spend, $2,500 like you would other places if you were only ordering a few miners, because they're ordering in bulk. So that's kind of how the NFTs work. I mean, if you want to, I'd say instead of buying 2 bronze, you should probably buy 1 silver, because it's going to be more rare. You know what I mean? It comes down to rarity on the secondary market, because, obviously with the ability to host on the platinum NFTs, it's probably going to do really well on the secondary market. If the data has showed us anything, is that once these mining NFTs start paying out, the NFTs tend to 5 to 10x immediately from that point. If you look at, I think Hydro Whales did a 10x, right? It was something like that. It did really good, but you got to pay out first, right? So that's kind of the way it'll work. As far as the mint, it's an open mint, so there's no cap. What they mint is what they mint. And there is a time limit, which we're good. Patricio knows the time limit. We're keeping it close to the vest. He's not going to say what the time limit is, but there will be a time limit.
A hidden time limit. Gotcha. No, that's cool. And what would be, I know this is difficult to calculate because there's, price of Bitcoin and all sorts of stuff that goes into it. But a lot of people are going to want to know, what kind of return should we expect?
Okay.
What would you how would you answer that for someone?
So this is, if you go to the Bitmain calculator, and this is directly from Bitmain, this is not from us or anything. If you plug in the electric costs and everything else that is detailed in our operation, you're looking at around $9 per day, $8.50 to $9 per miner per day. So according to those calculations, you're looking at every $500 allocation is about $80 a month. So if you get a platinum NFT, you're looking at around $800 a month reward share. So your passive income will be $800 a month on platinum. So if you get a bronze, it would be 80. Silver would be 160. Gold would be what? 8, 16, 24, 32. $3,200 for gold, and it would be $800 for platinum. So that's kind of how the rewards are spec'd to drop. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're thinking. Now the rewards will be higher for the first 6 months, because they're not going to take a fee. So after they take fee, they'll drop a little bit, but again, it's only a 20% service fee. And with electricity costs as low as they are, even with the service fee, you're still under.
It's a win-win anyway.
Right, you're still under 3 cents per kilowatt hour, even with the 25% fee that they're going to take later on. You know what I mean? So, and again, you have to remember too, the electricity rate can get better. And this is why True Seekers jumped on this, is because right now it's less than 2 cents per kilowatt hour, like 1.8 cents is the national average right now. But if the peso goes from 500 to 700 to 1, your electricity can even drop even more. So just something to keep in mind.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then also just a reminder to people, you're also betting on the future of Bitcoin with this. Like, obviously, if you don't believe in Bitcoin long term, you wouldn't want to get into Bitcoin mining. That wouldn't make any sense at all. But if you think the price of Bitcoin, if it's going to stay flat, that's probably fine. But more than likely, most people think that, myself included, Bitcoin's going to go up. And so then, you have the returns that you would make. And I'll put a link to the Bitmain calculator. People can go mess around with the numbers. But, if Bitcoin gets back up to 65K all-time highs, or even beyond that, then Bitcoin mining is going to be a killer way to make money. So.
Right. Those prospected numbers were at Bitcoin where it's at right now at these numbers. So, yeah, I mean, if it doubles or triples, I mean, that's going to be substantial.
Okay.
Very cool. And at the rate we have, even if it goes down, You're still winning.
Yeah, yeah, and actually, that's a good thing to mention too, because if the price of Bitcoin goes down, people in the U.S. who aren't profitable are going to have to turn off their miners, which is
Exactly.
going to make the difficulty down. And so the people who keep their miners on could potentially do better if Bitcoin prices go down. So there's a lot of things. That cheap electricity is just so key in
Yeah.
mining.
It's the main cause of cheap electricity, because it's a win-win. Even if it goes down, you still win.
Yep, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your roadmap here. When do you kind of expect that you'll have this up and running? And should people, if they mint, here this week, when should they expect to get their first returns?
Okay, so right now, Patricio's hoping to get it within 60 days, but I would say at least up to 90 days for the operation to get rolling. I mean, they have the facility already. They have the electrical infrastructure is available, but obviously you need to run switches and you need to run conduit and all that stuff, and you need the racking system and the internals in the facility. So that takes time to build. Not to mention you have to order the miners too. So I would say, yeah, I would say safely, Patricio, 3 months, about 3 months, I'd say, around there.
More or less. I mean, you got to, everything's a risk. You may bump into something, because it'll be normal. But we're saying around 3 months, more or less.
Yep.
Okay. And then you guys have a Discord channel. So if people are wanting to kind of stay up to date, hop in the Discord, is that going to be the best place for people to kind of stay up to date?
Yeah, definitely jump in the Discord, because that is where you're going to keep up on all the newest developments. I will give you that link right now.
Oh, is that got a Lionel Messi jersey on potentially right there in your bio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll get a link to Discord. Is Telegram also active, or is it mostly Discord? Or
yeah, I think I'm not sure their guy that set it up. I think they're more privy to Discord because it's like less like, it's not botted. There's not so much scams and people getting spammed and stuff. So I think I'd probably stick with Discord, but there is a Telegram, I think.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and as always too, and follow on Twitter. That's another great way. But yeah, as always, you can stay tuned to my channel, because chances are I'll mint some of these, and then I'll be kind of staying up to date on progress and things like that. And maybe we can even have you guys back when the miners are purchased and turned on and things like that, and we can kind of just keep people updated on things like that. So
yep, that sounds good. We definitely would love to do that. I think, unfortunately, Patricio's got a hard stop. He's got another meeting at 2, so I think we have to. But
no problem. That was all the questions that I had. This was super helpful. Simple. I love simple projects. I'm so tired of projects where I have to spend a day trying to figure out what they're doing. This is simple. You have cheap electricity.
Yep.
And you want to use that for Bitcoin mining.
And in the future, if you want to come down to Argentina, I'm going to be there. I'll be your host. You can see it yourself.
I would love to do that. Maybe we'll have to get something worked out. That'd be awesome.
Nice.
You're invited.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it. Well, Patricio, it was awesome to meet you. I look forward to hopefully working with you, being part of your project. And Lou, thank you for connecting us. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Take care, everybody.